All right, welcome. Today we're going to make one of the easiest and most sought after appetizers we make around here, which is bacon wrapped jalapeno shrimp. So this is what the end product looks like, and it's really simple, and the ingredients are simple. It's just time consuming is the hardest part of this. So your ingredients are very straightforward. You need fresh jalapenos, white onion, whole shrimp that's I've already peeled these and deveined them, and then bacon and Tony sauce. So essentially what you're going to do, and toothpicks is another key ingredient, and one key thing about the toothpicks, make sure you just get the regular natural toothpicks, don't get the colored ones because the color will come off on the grill, and these things are going to burn up on the ends. So just get the natural toothpicks. But essentially what you're going to do, once you've done a little prep work, you're going to take a piece of jalapeno. So I've cut up the jalapenos in it's about an inch long by half an inch. You're going to stick that on the toothpick, and then you're going to do the same thing with a piece of onion. You know, I like to get the thick part of the onion on here. And then you're going to grab a shrimp, and you're going to stick that shrimp through there like so. And then you're going to grab half a piece of bacon. Now this bacon is just regular thin bacon. You don't want to get anything fancy, nothing too thick, not flavored bacon, just regular bacon. Cut it in half. And if your shrimp are normal size, which are about like this, I use a half piece of bacon. If you've got really big shrimp or prawns, you can use a whole piece of bacon. But for what we're doing here, you're just going to need a half piece. And this is kind of the trickiest part. So you're going to start it on one side here like so. And then you're actually going to push that toothpick through. So when you come to wrap it on this side, you stick it through there. And I'm going to push that toothpick through again. And I'm just going to keep wrapping this thing. And you can see I'm pulling that bacon pretty tight. To make it a tight wrap on that, and you want to get the last piece through there so that stays on. And once these things start cooking, that bacon kind of fuses together, but essentially that's what you want right there. And then the last step I do, it's pretty simple. I get Tony sauce, and I just sprinkle Tony sauce on both sides of them. You can use really any kind of sauce. This gives a little bit of spice. You surprisingly, that jalapeno in there, my 2-year-old eats these because the jalapeno, the heat cooks out of these things because you're going to grill these at about 300 to 350, and you're going to slow grill it, and I'll show you that in a second on Big Green Egg. But really that heat comes out of that jalapeno, so don't worry about that. If you're worried about that, you can sub the jalapeno for bell pepper. But that's about what we're doing. So depending on what you're doing, if you're doing appetizers and you're having people over, you can usually guess about 4 per person is my rule of thumb. Or if you're going to do them for a meal, do anywhere from probably about 6 per person. So I'm going to go get the grill ready, and then I'll show you how to grill these. All right, so the grill is ready, and what you want to do is get your Big Green Egg at 3 to 350 is about right. You don't want to get any hotter than 350 because you're going to cook these things, and the bacon it needs to get cooked as well, and the shrimp needs to get cooked as well. So basically you just want to put them on directly, and you're only going to need to rotate them once, and you just want to put them all on there, direct heat, grilling configuration. And then after about, say, 5 minutes, you're going to want to flip these things. So you're going to grill about 10 minutes total. But you want to watch, because that grease, if your grill's too hot, and even if it's not too hot, that grease is going to drip down there from the bacon and cause a fire. So you need to man this thing pretty regularly and stay on top of it. Even maybe have a glass of water next to the grill in case you do get a little fire splash up, just splash it out. But basically that's it. So it's at 350. I'm going to close the lid on this thing. Stop the airflow, and then flip them here in about 5 minutes. Alright, it's been about 5 minutes, so we're going to go in here and flip these things over. You can see by that one that they're getting cooked pretty good. The shrimp, anytime you grill shrimp, it cooks really quick. So the shrimp's not what takes long on these. It's the getting that bacon done on both sides. So the shrimp's probably ready now, but since we got to rotate these, we're gonna make sure it's good there. And you got to move them around. If you got some hot spots on your grill, You can see I got a little fire coming up from the grease. And as toothpicks, you know, like I was saying earlier, if you had colored toothpicks, you'd have colored shrimp right now. That's not what you want. Make sure you've got some long tongs. You don't want to do this barehanded. That's good to go. So I'm gonna close that lid, get that fire out, and then I'll probably flip them a couple more times for the ones that aren't ready, but those are looking good. All right, it's been about 5 more minutes, and I've rotated some of them. But some of these are looking good. So as they get finished, this is what it should look like right about here. So it's got just a crisp, thin piece of bacon on the outside, and that's just juicy and moist. So that's when they're done. So, you know, you'll notice some of the smaller ones will get done first, or if it's on the hotter side of the fire, there's another one that's done. But basically, you just take these off, and once they're all done, let them rest about 10 minutes, and then pop them in your mouth, and they're delicious. Enjoy.